If you are preparing to interview with KPMG, you might be curious about what type of questions you could be asked during the process. We have compiled some of the most common questions in this video, as well as an overview of what to expect from your interview experience overall and how to prepare for it. Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Simplilearn. This is Anubhav, and in this video, we will be learning about KPMG interview questions. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you will never miss any update from Simplilearn. So without further ado, let's begin and see what's in it for you. First, we will know about KPMG. After that, we will see the interview experience of KPMG, how a fresher can apply for KPMG. Moving ahead, we will see interview process of KPMG. After that, we will see KPMG technical interview questions and then some additional interview questions to help you further in your preparations. KPMG International Limited is the part of Big Four companies, which offers auditing, risk consulting, financial advisory, and tax services. KPMG headquarters is in Amstelveen, Netherlands. KPMG is a global firm incorporated in the United Kingdom with offices in 145 countries and 236,000 employees. This offers three types of major services, which are audit, tax, and advisory. Do you hope to work in an environment where your hard work and result in difficult endurance are acknowledged? If so, KPMG may be the perfect employer for you, since they offer a good opportunity that other companies might not. It's one of the big four accounting firms alongside Deloitte, PwC, and EY. If you are scheduled for an interview in the near future, you might want to prepare for reviewing these KPMG interview questions. These questions will help you prepare well for the interview and provide a clear picture of what it will be like. Potential interview questions at KPMG involve your familiarities with industry KPMG. You're also judged on your academic performance, experience with the firm, whether or not you are a good fit for the company. Now, let's see the interview process. If you are a fresher, you have to go through the set of rounds that we will discuss after this. But before that, we will see how the KPMG recruit fresh graduates. The recruiters at KPMG take fresh graduates on campus placement and direct application on KPMG website. Students can also apply to KPMG roles through the KPMG career portal, where details of all the available vacancies with location within KPMG are provided. The interview process for freshers at KPMG has two rounds. The first round comprises a series of HR questions to ensure that they are looking for someone who is good fit and also has suitable qualities. An example, questions would be, why do you want to work here, or tell me about yourself, etc. The second round is a case study, which could entirely an business topic, such as marketing, leadership, strategy, management, etc. Now, we will see the recruitment for applying for a fresher graduate. Candidate for this position must have obtained at least 60% of the coursework from the end of their degree in order to qualify. They should have achieved at least 60% in their 10th and 12th. Engineering-wise, the most popular branches are computer science engineering, informational technology, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, and mechanical engineering. These would be three most preferable programs for those without engineering degrees. First one is Bachelor of Commerce, second one is Masters of Commerce, and the last one is Masters of Business Administration. The most important thing to remember during the interview at KPMG is that they will never ask you a question they don't already know the answer to. If you are asked a question and you don't know, then it's better to admit that upfront and tell them why you want to work here. The job search process with KPMG can take between 3 to 4 months for most candidates. Now, we will see the skills that KPMG looks for when hiring new graduates. First one is aptitude. Second one is communicational skills. And the last one is the ability to provide basic answers to technical questions. KPMG selection process includes the following stages. First, there will be a written test. Second, there will be a group discussion, and then there will be an interview, technical and HR. Interview are taken by supervisor or associates, manager, and senior managers for freshers. HR does one round of interview at the end. Let's discuss the interview process round thoroughly. At first, it will be a CV shortlisting procedure. CV shortlisting refers to the process of creating a list of the candidates the organization is interested in. Once the CV shortlisting procedure is done, there will be an online coding round at Adobe. Once a candidate passes the CV screening round, whether an off campus placement student or an experienced professional, they must demonstrate technical abilities in the coding round. Adobe offers popular sites like HackerRank, Coding Game, and many for the online coding test. After that, there will be an interview round, phone screening round. Before you get to meet with the KPMG recruiters in person, you will likely to go through some type of phone screening interview round. Expect questions like, why are you interested in working at KPMG, and tell us about yourself. Be ready to tell your story. You don't have to lose points during a phone interview just because you run out of time. Before telling all your relevant experience, the goal of these initial interviews is to find candidate who best fit KPMG as a whole. So prepare for very general questions that touch on work experience, personality traits, and goals. You may also be asked questions about why do you want to work for KPMG specifically. After that, there will be a phone interview with a hiring manager. A phone interview with a hiring manager at KPMG usually lasts between 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how quickly you can handle follow up questions. Expect a series of behavior and situational questions related to your resume, plus some questions designed to gather your personal interest in KPMG. It's also not uncommon for KPMG recruiters to test candidates' writing skills by having them write an essay about themselves or ask for their thoughts on current events. Moving ahead, there will be a technical assessment. The technical round is where candidates in the KPMG interview are judged on their knowledge of the technical field. These candidates must have a strong foundation in basic technical skills. Some examples of the technical questions for the KPMG interviews are: what is this cloud computing thing? What does Pixel mean? Tell the difference between relational database management system and database management system. What is a circular linked list? Define LIFO and FIFO, which is last in first out and first in first out. On-site interview of KPMG is just a standard interview. There are no tricky questions here. However, getting invited for an on-site interview means you have made it through two rounds of interview. So keep your cool. Practice these in KPMG interview question tips beforehand. The most you practice, the less nervous you will be when it comes the time for the real interview. After that, there will be an HR round. The HR round of the interview process is when the company sees just how confident and knowledgeable the candidate is. Among other personal traits, KPMG interviews try to determine the applicant's motives to join their organization in this round. In order to succeed at the interview, it is imperative that the candidate demonstrate a willingness to commit to the role and excitement about the opportunity. For KPMG interviews, this is the part where you focus on the skills that you have for the job and what that would mean for KPMG. Typical KPMG interview questions include: examine the difference between work that is smart and work that is hard. Tell me about some of your life successes. Tell me the one word that sums up your personality. These type of questions we will discuss in the interview questions part. Now, we'll see what is the procedure for experienced professional to come to KPMG. KPMG's hiring procedure for experienced professional differs from others. For experienced professional, the first thing you have to go through is a telephonic round. Telephonic round intimidates senior like manager or senior manager. The second round will be an assignment round. In this, you have to do an presentational assignment or email writing assignment, these types of things. After that, there will be a technical interview round. There are a minimum of 3 rounds with upper hierarchies of organizational structures. During the first 2 rounds, the focus of the interview will be your understanding of the role and industry. In the third round, which is taken by the director or a partner, the focus is on the assessing if you are fit with the company. Moving ahead, there will be a last round of interview, which is a HR interview round. Once you have successfully completed the previous rounds, this round is mainly for negotiation of salary, joining, interval, etc.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
Now, let's discuss KPMG technical interview questions. First one is, why do you want to work in audit? Sample answer would be, I am honest and skilled individual. I am extremely focused and have a keen eye for detail. My overall goal is to always better an organization with my capabilities. I want to be a part of KPMG because it's a firm that strives for excellence in all areas of business, from financial to IT. It's also a firm that values its employees, and these are the attributes that I value greatly. Now, the second question would be, what are the objectives of an internal audit? The central objective of an internal audit is to supply objective information to the managers, government, etc. Objective information typically includes detail about control over the organizational environment risk, etc. Any person coming for the internal audit is called an internal auditor. They work with a close association with management because he or she wants to understand how well they have managed their resources. Auditor ensures that companies are maintaining their accounting standards and laws. A cross-functional audit means the participants of different professions in the audit process to improve the organizational practices. The main goal is to achieve better results for the company through more thorough audits. What are audit control procedures? There are one approach that universe for understanding internal controls, business processes, and control efficiency. Instead, it depends on the specific need of each audit. Auditor must know every component of the client's financial reporting controls, including their environment, assessment process, systems, the activities related to their audit, and how they monitor their internal controls. They also need to be aware of any changes that could impact their ability to effectively perform an audit. In order for auditors to properly evaluate a company's internal control structure, they must have a complete understanding of its business processes and how information flows through them. After that, how many heads are there under total income? Under the Income Tax Act, there are 5 heads known as the heads of the income. First one is income for salary. Second one is income for house property. Third one is income for profit and gain of business or professions. And then it's income for capital gains. After that, there is income for other resources. What is capital gain? Explain long-term capital gains and how it is different from short-term capital gains. Capital gain for income tax purposes is the gain released from the sale of capital assets. The difference between the original purchase price and the sale price is the gain released. Profits you make from selling asset you have held for a less than a year or a year is a short-term capital gain. Alternatively, gains from asset you have held for a longer than a year are known as long-term gains. Now, we will see what is an object-oriented model. Object-oriented model is an approach to modeling an application that is used at the beginning of the software lifecycle when using an object-oriented approach to software development. Then, what is cloud computing? Simply put, cloud computing is a delivery of computing services, including services like storing databases, networking, software analytics, and intelligence. In cloud computing, you typically pay only for the cloud services you use, helping lower your operational cost, run your infrastructure more efficiently, and scale as your business need change. Then, it's differentiate between RDBMS and DBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System and RDBMS is an asynchronous for the Relational Database Management System. In DBMS, the data is stored as a file, whereas in RDBMS, data is stored in the form of tables. Then, what is a circular linked list? Circular linked list is a variable of a linked list in which the last node points to the first node, completing a full circle of nodes. In other words, this variation of the linked list doesn't have a null element at the end. Define LIFO and FIFO. LIFO is last in first out and FIFO is first in first out. First in first out is a method that value of inventory and calculate the cost of goods sold. First in first out items are the oldest purchased in an inventory because they have the first stock to be added after purchase or production. FIFO uses the principle that when it seems and acquire first, they are also sold first. The first in first out process is a straightforward way to track the flow of inventory, sales profits, and the cost of producing and storing goods. Last in first out is another way to manage inventory and calculate profits from goods. In this approach, the businesses assumes that the most recent inventory is the first sold. And here are few more technical questions that are asked in the interview many times. If you want a detailed answer for them, please check out our article on KPMG interview questions. You will find more than 50 plus interview questions that are frequently asked. These are the important questions that are asked in KPMG interviews most of the times. Now, we will go to the HR interview questions. First one that they are usually asking is state the difference between hard work and smart work. Hard work is putting a great deal of effort into getting a job done. Smart work is focusing your time and efforts on high impact activities and doing them expectationally well. While they may seem similar, they are two very different things. The great thing about smart work is that you don't have to spend long hours doing it, but you will still achieve maximum result. One of the KPMG interview questions asked candidates to discuss some of their most productive habits. What makes KPMG different from the rest of the big four companies? Why do you want to work here? You must answer like this. KPMG genuinely cares about your career path and offers great growth opportunities at any level. There are always programs in place to help the employers to evaluate their career. They provide an environment where you are encouraged to fulfill your sense of purpose and drive lasting change. This shared belief and their culture of gratitude will see you get recognized for your talent and be appreciated for the perspective you bring to your team and client. Next question they will ask you, tell me about your greatest professional accomplishments. With this, the interviewer wants you to tell them about the recent accomplishment in your career. Remember, when interviewing for a job, you are expected to sell yourself. The best way to do that is with a great example of an accomplishment in your past or present job history. This can be anything from coming up with a new product idea or at work, making a project run more smoothly than before, or helping another colleague in trouble. Then, tell me about a stressful situation and how you dealt with it. This question is used as a assess your problem solving skill, attitude towards work, level of stress tolerance, and good judgment under pressure, etc. There are no right and wrong answer. The interviewer just want to hear how you respond in tough situations. Don't be vague. Be specific and give detail about what happened, why it was stressful for you, what actions you took to deal with it, what results are achieved, etc. Don't be afraid to admit that other options were available, but that your choice was based on sound reasoning. Next would be, what are your long term goals? Sample answer would be, my long term goals are to gain as much experience in my field as possible. In addition, I plan on using what I have learned from my previous work experience over the next several years in order to move into a senior position. This way, I will be better for promotion opportunities when they arrives. As such, having a long-term focus is incredibly important for me at this point in my career. Then, these are some more KPMG HR interview questions. You can again go to the description box and click the article, and here you will get everything about KPMG interview questions. So with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you find this video informative, please like and comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.